What's up, guys? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing some mono red Isshin. So Isshin is a 3-color card, of course, but we're pretty much playing mono red here. I do have a couple of copies of Rip Apart, Painful Bond, whatever. By the way, first off, new Alchemy set just barely released, and I am playing the new Alchemy cards here. And let me talk about Alchemy for just a little bit here, guys. Alchemy is dumb. I do not like what they're doing at Alchemy right now. So let's look at, these are all the new cards that came out with Alchemy here. And there are some really, really awesome cards within this set with what's going on here, but the rarity of this stuff is ridiculous, and what Wizards is demanding of you to be able to play this set is completely dumb. Do not do it. If you are tight on money in any way, shape, or form, just don't play this. You probably shouldn't be playing Magic in general because it's just way too expensive of a hobby. But that is why I made a YouTube channel, is because I figure, you know what, other people can't afford to do it. When I was, not affording to be able to do this, I would watch other people play it instead. So I am going to be making content for this, but guys, especially don't spend stuff until next week. Next week they're having a big discussion about changing up, or at least a reevaluation of the economy of MTG Arena. So maybe at that point, if you guys want to do stuff, that's fine. This is a great source of fun. I love Magic the Gathering. If you want to spend money on that as your hobby, go ahead, but please hold off on Alchemy, at least a little bit. This is one of those things that Wizards needs to fix this. They need to fix how expensive everything in this is, and the rarities and the economy in general, before people should be spending any money playing this. So I wanted to say it as well as everyone else. All right, now it is my job to make sure that you guys get to experience the things that you probably shouldn't be spending on for yourself. And so I want to showcase some of the new cards that are really fun, the cool things you can do with this, and that's what we're going to dive into. So first off, Isshin is a sweet card. We're building around this. If a creature attacking causes a trigger ability of permanent to trigger, that ability triggers additional time. We just got a sweet new card that works really, really well with that. And I've been thinking about doing a mono red version of this anyway for a while, like in Historic, and it actually works out pretty well in Alchemy. Going into Historic is definitely fun to do with this too, but right now this is pretty cool. So Bellowsbreath Ogre, 3-mana 3/3, starting intensity of 1. So this is a new mechanic. Whenever it attacks, it deals damage equal to its intensity to any target, and then perpetually increase its intensity by 1. So when it attacks in, we will be able to do 1 damage to any target, and then it hits in for the 3 points of damage or whatever. Next time we hit in, it'll be able to do 2 points of damage, which is really cool. That can start ramping up. By itself, it's a really good 3-drop. I like this. Being able to attack in and have deal damage to any target is always a pretty good effect. Being a 3-mana 3/3, good stuff. Having it be an artifact creature actually even helps better. So there's an artifact deck that you can go with this. It's really powerful. Buffing this up with Michiko becomes really powerful. But the coolest thing I thought you could do with it is Isshin. Being able to have it hit in twice, get the ability triggering twice as it attacks in. So it attacks in, its intensity goes up to hits for 1 to any target, and then intensity goes up to 2. And if we have Isshin, it does it again, so it'll 2 damage to anything. Intensity go up to 3. Next time it'll attack, and it'll do 3 and then 4. And this can really easily close out the game very, very fast. And it works just like Thundering Raiju to an extent, where just like it hits in for damage at face if we want it to. This one only goes at face, buffs up for other creatures that are attacking in. This one can win basically by itself, which is really cool. And so those are the ones I'm going for here, is mainly these Bellowsbreath Ogre, Isshin, and Thundering Raiju. And the rest of the cards are pretty powerful as well, but I'm not as focused on just the attacking triggers. We have Falkenrath Perforator, which does deal 1 damage anytime that to defending player, which I'm actually going down to a 2 of with this. I'm going back up to 2 copies of Raid Bombardment. Raid Bombardment's the other thing we can be doing with this deck, which is whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less attacks, it deals 1 damage to target player, planeswalker that creature is attacking. But I want to be playing just kind of a mono red deck here anyway. We have a bunch of things that are lower power and toughness. We got a new card, Foundry Beetle, 2-mana 2/2, first strike. A quick creature has first strike, which is really nice to be able to just add first strike to our creatures whenever we need to. I'm only putting 1 copy of this just because there's so many things I want to throw into this deck. At the beginning of your upkeep, random artifact card in your hand perpetually gets this spell cost 1 less to cast. So artifact cards, that is things like Bellowsbreath Ogre or Lizard Blades, whatever else, can be a little bit cheaper, which can be very nice for throwing more cards onto the battlefield for Raid Bombardment on a later turn. But the rest of this deck is just pretty good. We also got a new instant 2-mana instant, just draw 2 cards, and then cards in your hand with mana value 3 or greater perpetually gain. When you cast this spell, you lose 2 life. So you just draw 2 cards. You don't have to sacrifice things. You just draw 2 cards at instant speed. It's so busted. I mean, any Luris deck in Historic is just like drooling over this. Like, oh, things that cost 3 or more, I don't have any of those. This is just free card draw. I don't have to sacrifice my stuff anymore. Sometimes you want to, but for the most part, like, I don't have to. Okay, now I just get 2 mana, draw 2. So we're going to put this in here as well, just because we are splashing black, we are splashing white to be able to play Isshin, and so Bloodthirsty Adversary, hopefully being able to recast that would be nice. Paladin Class is really cool. It's 3rd level ability, works really well with Isshin. Whenever you attack, this can trigger twice until in a turn. Target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. That can just be crazy busted with Isshin, and so that's the thing to do. There is a little bit of a nombo here with like Kumano. Buffs up our creatures a little bit too much with the +1 counters with Raid Bombardment. Any of our reconfigure, like the +1 from Rabbit, can throw off the Raid Bombardment. But this was still just working really well for me, so I'd like to have it. And so anyway, that's the deck, guys. We are trying to go for Ogre. We're trying to go for Raiju. We're doing the Isshin stuff. And then we have a bunch of early game good things that work out really well with some improved removal because we are in different colors. But for the most part, mono red Isshin, that's the deck. Let's dive into it. Here we go. All right, so I only have one card I can actually play. Commonplace Player, kind of, I can play. Let's mulligan this hand away. I'd love to have the card draw card that I had if I had all 3 colors. This one has all 3 colors and an Isshin. I like it better. So keep this, and I think I'm actually dropping... Is it the Rabbit Battery? Or because Paladin Class is really awesome to be able to just buff this up. I can do that on turn 3, Paladin Isshin later. Rip Apart is really nice as well. This doesn't necessarily buff up Isshin, it doesn't work with Isshin's ability. Although making it a 4/5 does dodge a lot of removal, but I can do that with Paladin Class. So I'm dropping the Rabbit Battery. We're gonna go for all of the extra things that we have here. So go Paladin Class, pass the turn. We're just going to get out Isshin and hopefully find some hasty way to get him in. I guess that's where the Rabbit Battery would be nice, giving anything else I have haste. But yeah, we're just going to hold off for a little bit here. Artillery Enthusiast is actually a really interesting card. It lets us dig for other lands is what I was going for with this. This is a new card as well. Modified creatures, get some extra value. Yeah, so when it enters the battlefield, I can discard a card and then I can seek a card with the same mana value. So if I want to go looking for a 2-drop, like, do I think this is actually going to have removal here? And Rip Apart, it's kind of okay, but I would like to find just a creature. Oh, look, it's the same exact thing. Wow, I have so many other 2-drops, and that's the other 2-drop I find is the second Rip Apart. Wow. Okay, so when it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, seek a card with mana value equal to that card's mana value. And then modified creatures I control have Menace, which is pretty nice whenever we have the Raiju going in or whatever. We can modify a bunch of creatures. They all have Menace. So this is a really powerful card, actually. The nice thing I want over this one is that there are a bunch of 3-drops, so I can discard others to try to find the Isshin, or if I have like a bunch of extra white mana or whatever and I need to find the black source, this is a way I can go filter through my lands to find the black sources, because right now every single land produces red, but some can also produce white, some can also produce black. That's what's up. Hot shot mechanic. All right, Rip Apart's gonna be good again. All right, well, Bloodthirsty Adversary does have a Rip Apart in the graveyard. Let's just get out the Isshin for now. And we can destroy stuff later. I don't want this to get countered. I want to dodge removal if I can. Go ahead and swing in. I'm fine with the trade-off. Doesn't really do much for us. Paladin Class can be nice, though. Pass the turn. And I might hold on to this Bloodthirsty Adversary and just hopefully find lands. Use the Rip Apart when I need to, and then this is just extra copies. If we're up against a deck that's going to be playing artifacts, enchantments, then we need to dodge that. Typically, when you see this, it's control, and I wasn't needing to hold on to that before, but we got lucky, I guess. And what I was doing was getting rid of other stuff so I have a higher probability of finding lands now, because that's what I need is lands. Not really. I guess I really want just the Bellows, the Bellows guy. All right, what you got there, sir? Raid Bombardment would be pretty awesome here as well for us. Leveling up Paladin Class is a great play for us too. Lots of things we can do. Opponent taking their sweet old time. Isshin goes back to hand. All right, Fading Hopes are annoying. Non-token artifact becomes a 4/4. Just can't add the extra colors there, can I? Okay, so that's what they're doing. We did find the Thundering Raiju. Do I need to use the Rip Apart right now or not? I don't think so. I think we're just going to go for the Isshin. We're going to attack in. Pass the turn. They can make a 4/4 out of this. Then I can rip apart an adversary. Hopefully we just find a land. We go Thundering Raiju. And we can race all day long, you know? Or even just make this a 4 or 5 to block. Thirst for Knowledge, draw 3, discard. Just going for more removal, I'm assuming. Come on, land. Moonsnare Prototype. It must have another Fading Hope of some sort, right? Alright, Kumano's pretty nice, and then Rip Apart. Just get in for this much. Paladin Class can be pretty sweet. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go here. Kumano. Kill you. Back in. Yeah, nothing that really works with Isshin yet, but you know, Isshin's just a 3/4. It's all good. That's all that matters, is that it still has good stats. Thundering Raiju hitting soon. Going mono red means that we do have reduced number of things that trigger this. The issue with standard right now is that everything that triggers Isshin is in what was that? Oh, there you go. Everything that triggers Isshin is at the 3-drop slot. Like everything is in the 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop slot. So you can play mid-rangey, which can work out pretty well. Don't have more removal. You rude person. Ah, all right. Well, come on, another land for us, please. Lots and lots of removal. Bank Buster. Come on, land. All right, there is the land. This can only be activated as a sorcery, right? So they can't actually activate that right now. Oh, they do have the mech hanger, though. All right, so, yeah, we go for this. Force him to either have a counterspell or do something. Bloodthirsty Adversary. This will also have Menace. Hits in for more damage. We're going to win this game, I'm pretty sure. I really would be surprised if we didn't here. All right, come on. Auto pay. Rip apart. Yeah, I could have paid for Paladin Class. I don't care to do that. We have a modified creature now. Artifact enchantment. Heal you. Onto our all right, pass turn. And opponent skips up. There we go. I mean, we did play the cards that would make Isshin work. We did play Isshin and won with damage through Isshin basically that entire game. But we didn't actually get to use Ishin's triggered ability. I don't think even one time. So, you know what? Still good. Still good. Wow, what an interesting hand. I kind of like it. The issue is we don't have any creatures to get the counters from this stuff, but that's kind of okay too. Let's keep this hand. We're gonna lead off with Sundown Pass. There's an Isshin. I mean, if we can level up Paladin Class, that'd be awesome. All right, we're gonna go Kumano and Kumano. I mean, we're gonna have a massive Isshin up against the mono red deck. That's actually really good. Having this be 6 toughness means like impossible to beat. And we found the Raid Bombardment. Oh boy. Valid Cut Exploration. Okay, so a little bit different than typical. All right, so go Isshin. All right, this is an amazing hand. So please have Isshin survive. It should, against what they're playing, unless they just have multiple removal spells for this. Exiles another land. An itch on my ear. All right, there we go. This passes the turn. Cool. I'll throw out White Source. All right, so Raid Bombardment. Back in. Get a few triggers. This is so much damage. Whew. See, this is why we still need to have a few Raid Bombardments, because, I mean, come on. That's good. One more to face, down to 4. All right, one more land, and we have Den of the Bugbear to get in for lethal, too. So, even if they have, like, Bring Down the House or something here, it doesn't actually kill Isshin. Like, we've only seen lands in Valakut Exploration. Maybe that's all this deck is doing. Is just lands and exploring. Looking at our deck. Okay, exile top 3 cards. Choose one of them until end of turn. You may play that card. Any color. Intriguing. There's the Ogre. Ogre. It's cool stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just kill you. Make it feel real bad. And now we go for the win. All right. And we have Paladin Class if we wanted to buff things up. Although that does take away the Raid Bombardment, which becomes a little bit funky. But yeah. Swell things. And we even saw the Ogre that time. Just on their side of the board. All right. Turn 2 play. Kami's Flare's not bad. Rip Apart, we don't have the white mana for. We don't have any of our other colors, which is awkward. And Raid Bombardment is a bit awkward with Raiju. Yeah, this is one of our weakest 2-drops just by itself. I want to keep on the strength of Raid Bombardment. We don't have any of our other colors, though. There's some awkward things with this hand, but I don't like mulliganing. If I can avoid it, I do. And I like to try to make whatever hand I have work most often. So there's the lands. So we have Raid Bombardment next turn. Thundering Raiju is going to be pretty sweet with Lizard Blades, too. That was the other thing, too. Is like, if we hit lands, we have Lizard Blade, Raid Bombardment, and then Thundering Raiju to put counters onto Lizard Blade to make it double strikingly devastating. It's cool. So the best draw here is Ogre, and then a land. We can draw Ogre off the top, and then land for Thundering Raiju off the top. Good things. And we can just kind of play Raid Bombardment for like later game if we need to. Opponent plays out Sundown Pass. We also have removal if we need it. If need be. Seek one to their hand. What is it? Discard a card, then seek one. So yeah, that's just Dragon's Approach. I actually really like that for Dragon's Approach. That's fun stuff. All right, let's go black. Kill you. Hit in for 2. Dragon's Approach is scary. That can be very, very scary. Hopefully we can be fast enough here. Yeah, so this is just straight up Dragon's Approach. They're going to have Rip Apart in this. They're going to have lots and lots of just spells, but it's mostly got to be Dragon's Approach, right? That's another one. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. At Raiju. Counter there. 7 damage unless they chump. They let it all through. I like Kumano and Raid Bombardment for next turn. That's pretty nice. Land also just gives us Den of the Bugbear. Getting a token so then I can slam the Raid Bombardment with a few guys around. Good stuff. Thrilling Discovery. Hasn't found removal yet. They can find land here and then like a rip apart or something, and that'd be bad. Try to think of what other stuff they'll be playing. Yeah, they're one off from just going for the Dragon's Approach now as well. Cathartic Pyre. There's the removal. Knew it was coming. Knew it was coming. Alright, come to face. Getting these flipped around can be very nice for us. Getting it for the extra points of damage. How useful is that right now? I'm only getting it for one, where this can end up being one and then a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out instead right now. I want these to flip with the Raid Bombardment, be able to get in for the damage. Down to 6. Yeah, the life total is going pretty low here. All right, so they should be able to go for Dragon's Approach here. They have the 4, so Velomachus is coming to the battlefield. Terrifying. Which means they'll probably get a free spell. Yeah, there it is. 3 damage to us. And depending on what they find here, this can be very, very bad for us. Finding a white source would be huge. Didn't even have to go digging for it with Velomachus here. You definitely attack. They're just debating if they want to attack him with the Geist Blaster as well. But yeah, when you get a free spell here and you probably just go damage to face, they have lethal if they find a Dragon's Approach, which, how is this? How many deep? 7 deep? You definitely should have it. So yeah, Velomachus, Dragon's Approach deck, still good. I forgot about this card there as well. That actually makes it better. They really didn't find it. Wow. They had them all in hand. I'm intrigued why they're discarding both there. They don't have to do that. Yeah, okay, good game. Alrighty. We have our colors. I like seeing colors. Alright, keep this hand. On the draw. Ooh, I like that as well. That's a great turn 2 play. Yeah, Foundry Beetle is sweet card. I was wanting more of this in the deck, but I feel like this was better with the Isshin. But this being able to make the Bellowsbreath Ogres cheaper. Ooh, to lolly. Alright, that's actually kind of annoying, though. Throw this out on white. Foundry Beetle. No attacks, pass the turn. So whenever a creature an opponent controls dies... We're going to throw out a lot of creatures here, which is bad. But the cool thing here is that we get to have a hasty Bellowsbreath Ogre. Because we're going to have enough mana. Ah, just kidding. And now we're in lots of trouble. Please swing in. Yeah. So we say no attack, no blocks here. Oh boy. This is bad stuff. All right, play you out. No attacks, pass turn. All right. We're not quite to chump block mode yet. I've never seen someone actually play this out and have it work for them. But it's pretty cool. There are lots of decks that play lots of creatures, and this also gives them a creature, so there's that. Mihawk Massacre with this seems pretty legit. We will jump now. All right, Thundering Raiju. They definitely have some instant speed removal here, right? Whoa, they're letting us attack. Cool. Counter there. Damage at face. We've seen damage removal, so I'm hoping they just don't have too much of that. Down to 10, past the turn. I'm hoping for land. They're just going straight face. Whoa. It's a scry. Keeps one on top. Not a good sign. Whoa, bolts themselves with this board state? Dude. That was big. That was huge. We could go for Rip Apart and win the game, but come on. We have to go with Isshin. Yeah. All right, so counter onto you. Counter onto you. Let's actually do... so the first one goes there, and then the next one goes here. Oh, wait, oh, I did the wrong one. Oops. Oops. Oh, well. It's still lethal, even if they gain 3, right? They still have 4 damage coming through. Yeah, so we're good. It's still good. Oh, man. All right, so that's how it goes onto the stack. So they both go on the stack. I wasn't sure what was happening there. It didn't show me like the triggering orders or whatever. Still dead. They go to 0 exactly. Good stuff. I mean, that is what we wanted to have happen. Rip Apart was the safer play by far there, by the way, just in case, because I'm always going to make mistakes, but you know, that was fun. Up against Keith T. No white mana, no turn 2 creature for this Kumano, but we're still going to keep it. Because I keep everything, you know, I have creature, I have removal, I have good turn 3 plays. I'm happy. I'm easy to please. We have lots of good 2-drops to find as well. Pass the turn. And also just lands. Lands would be good. All right, there it is. No creature. Disciple. Okay, that's totally fine. We have something to discard for days there. And I do think I go ahead and just kill this. This gets to get in for damage. We need to go a little bit aggressive now. Bellowsbreath. Swing in down to 17 past the turn. That's not white mana. Infernal Grasp. Rude. That's nice. This is a non-bow with a Raid Bombardment, though, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, we still go there. Down to 8 past the turn. This is just something we build up after they have a board wipe or something else here. Graveyard Trespasser. That's cool, that's cool. Exile something, gain some life. So this will make it exile, attack in. Yeah, counter there. They trade off with what they can. Raid Bombardment on the battlefield. Anything hasty now is close to lethal by itself. Westgate Regent. That's a land. I don't like the lands. Attack in, counter onto itself. They have to trade. That's fine. They didn't have Death Touch, right? Okay. I hadn't read it in a while, but I was quite sure. Quite sure. Another one. All right, so here's this one. So we do have lethal because of the Raid Bombardment. So there we go. See, it still worked out. That is the biggest issue with this deck and Raid Bombardment with all this stuff is that we're modifying just enough that Raid Bombardment stops working occasionally, but still a good card. All right, guys, so I'm 4-1 with the deck right here. And actually, let's check out another one. I actually built a different version here as well that I'm also 2-0 with or whatever. And so technically right now I'm, what, 6-1 with the deck. So this is pretty decent. It needs some fine tuning. It needs some fixing up to make sure it's really good. But Isshin, Bellowsbreath Ogre, and Thundering Raiju are really powerful. Honestly, you could probably get rid of the Isshin. It's just fine. But having it available to drop every once was really cool. Being able to add in different removal with Rip Apart, Painful Bond, stuff like that. And honestly, Paladin Class was funky almost every time we had it out in the hand or wherever. So maybe Paladin Class needs to go away. But I mean, at the same time, though, our deck doesn't mind getting the +1 to everything unless we also draw Raid Bombardment, which makes it super awkward. And so I think we have to kind of choose one, Raid Bombardment or Paladin Class. And I think if you drop the Raid Bombardments, keep the Paladin Class, and then you can go up like Painful Bond and more removal. And that might just make it a more consistent deck all around, not have to worry about Raid Bombardment at all. It can be good, but I think I'd rather just have like another Bloodthirsty Adversary and more Painful Bonds to be able to potentially play play an extra one with this, just to have more card draw would be good. So that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.